Hey Indents, it's Manny. So the Ascent was recommended to me several times, and since I've become bored with the games I'm currently playing, I figured I'd give it a shot. It's only 30 bucks, or if you have Game Pass it's free, so why not? I was not sure what to expect. It's a top-down RPG game, but I'll let you know off the top, I was pleasantly surprised. So let's get into it. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. As I mentioned earlier, the Ascent is a top-down RPG game. It's reminiscent of Alien Swarm from Valve, and it's currently available only on PC and Xbox. Let's first take a look at the character screen. Alright, so this is the character screen. You get different tabs. You get character, loadout, armor, augmentations, map and missions, and codex. So the first thing we'll look at is the character section. In the RPG part of this is the skills. So there's 8 total skills you can improve. They can all go to level 20. You have the top 4 are essentially like your offensive abilities. Basically has to do with damage inflicted, crit hitting, reloading and weapon swapping. There is a bit of aim assist in this game, so this is your aiming, determines how well it aims. The last is like more defensive type stuff like stuns and knockbacks from enemy shots. Evasion is how quickly that cools down, where you can keep rolling and dodging. Vitals is obviously your max health, and then body batteries, the same thing as vitals, but this is for your augmentations using them. And you have bounties and cyberdeck. Cyberdeck is your passive ability, and it keeps improving. And you can see over the side of Diva is the actual level I'm at right now. There's different levels, like visitor and things like that, and that just determines what you can do, basically hacking and stuff like that. That's all that is. Now, as far as loadout goes, you have 2 primaries and a tactical. Tactical is kind of like deployables, like a grenade or a rejuvenation field is what I have right now. So these are a lot of different tacticals. You don't have this many when you start with. And then same thing, you have different primaries. And then, so you have a bunch of different weapons. And your weapons can be upgraded. And they all have, obviously, their own abilities and stuff like that. You have grenade launchers. And you have grenade launchers. You have LMGs, and you have sniper rifles and stuff like that. So those are your weapons. Armor cannot be upgraded, but you have a head, a torso, and leg. And then inside your armor, you'll see you have, and if you toggle like this, you have like physical, energy, digital, and fire. Physical is anything like melee attacks and actually bullets or rounds. And you actually see that if we go back to our loadout, you'll see in the primary, you can see right here, it tells you damage type. So this is a physical damage type versus this one is energy. So this one actually is energy, and obviously different enemies will have different, take more damage against different things. So you'll figure that out. So you have head, torso, leg, and as I said, and you can also have boosts to different things such as vitals. So I get 5 extra points to my vitals with the MCH rig. Then comes augmentations. So you have 2 aug slots and 2 module slots. The aug slots are active, and the mod slots are passive abilities. So your augs, you have to buy these or find them. And there's different ones like hydraulic slam, lock on fire, neutral neuron beam, and things like that. So there's a bunch of different ones for that. Then you have your maps and missions. This is your map screen, so you can see everything here, and you can select which mission you want to. So the side missions, you can which one is active versus actually following through the main missions. Now, the one cool thing is I do really enjoy I like the codex, because inside the tutorials, it actually tells you exactly what to do. For example, aim high. Aim high by holding right mouse button to shoot over small enemies and obstacles. You also inflict more stagger when you lift your gun. So it tells you exactly different things if you're trying to figure something out. You know what I mean? So it's actually helped me out quite a bit. There was one quest for stasis and overcharge, so I was able to come in here and see. I'm like, oh, that's how you do that quest. So that's actually really nice. Combat actually feels pretty good in this game. I've only been playing it for a few hours, and it's all been solo, so I'm still trying to figure it out. And there seems to be a couple of different ways to actually do combat, as far as different styles to combat. One being like using cover and concealment. Another one is actually running and gunning and using evasion and dodge. It all depends on the enemies you're fighting, I guess. Like most of the time, the boss fights, you got to run and gun and dodge more because it'll chase you down. But there's other enemies that they hide, you hide. So you want to make sure you hide, poke, lift, aim high and shoot like I showed you earlier. I have not played co-op yet, so not sure how it feels. I've heard it's a bit buggy, but nobody's really shown me real examples of what is actually is buggy. I wonder if the enemies scale with co-op or is it the same as solo. They do scale. How is it? More health or more enemies? So if you've actually played both, please let me know in the comments below what scales. Is it health? Does it scale at all? And is it number of enemies or something like that? Now, combat can come quick and you can die super fast, especially when facing a boss. It's always better to whittle down the minions first and then work on the boss over time, because most enemies have guns. So as you're running from the boss, you're getting picked off by the enemies, even if you're avoiding all the boss damage. I've been finding that weapons with a large AoE, such as grenade launchers, come in handy and can take care of like a big pack of enemies real quickly. And on normal, dying doesn't feel so fatal. The game auto saves progression. There is no save for you. So if you die, you will not normally have to start an entire area over, and you actually keep whatever you picked up before you died, so that's nice. However, it can screw up some of the mechanics. In one case, I left a building and there was a big mechanized robot outside I wanted to fight. I walked too far and the robot reset. I got out of its path area and then it regained all its health. Unfortunately, my health didn't regenerate, and I did this a few times until I found out what its pathing was and how far I could get it. And because my health didn't regen, I did die at one point. But when I spawned back in to kill the robot, all the there was about 30 enemy mobs I had to contend with. They like all the enemies outside the place respawned, the ones I killed before I went in. So this made it really difficult. So I had to like kind of run away, kill all the mobs, and come back and get the robot. And the story itself is fairly compelling and interesting. I mean, like a lot of games, they do a good job of like the main story progresses the world and you learn more about it and things and why you're doing what you're doing and trying to figure out what's happened to the previous corporation that owns you because you're an indent and things like that. So it's not too bad. The cutscenes are great. For the main story, the cutscenes are great with the voice acting and things like that. Now, with the good, there's also some bad. So there's a few things I don't like about the game. One being how the side quests work. Now, the side quests aren't perfect, since you can often get a side quest that can't be completed because you haven't unlocked that part of the map yet. You haven't progressed the story. I prefer that you don't even get that side quest until you've progressed the main story enough to, you know, complete that side quest. I like to be a completionist, and also I figured it always helps you level your character, especially in RPG. So you want to complete as many side quests you can get, as much XP as you can get, so that you can get higher and you can actually level quicker and get through the story better and easier and have an easier time, right? But, you know, that's what happens. Another issue with side quests is sometimes they take you to an area that's unlocked, but it's like 10 levels above you and you're getting one-tapped and stuff like that. So I wish they kind of locked, at that point I wish they locked side quests to your level or something like that. Another thing I dislike about the game is sometimes it goes from top down to like a side scroller, and you can see in this example here, this just makes it really difficult to shoot enemies. I can't stand when games do this. They change the actual camera angle and you can't change the angle yourself at all. And when enemies come, the problem is you can't shoot left to right. You can shoot up and down fairly easy, but it's hard to line them up left to right. So I just dislike when games do this. So this was a thing that bugged me a little bit. Even with a few of those shortcomings I mentioned earlier, I still am very overall pleased with this game, especially considering it was developed by a team of 12. So I'm definitely going to be streaming this and creating more content for this game. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button below. If you'd like to see more Ascent content like this, then please smash the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Till next time, indents, happy hunting.